Yo, yo, yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 45 of It's Real New Podcast. My goodness, man. Can't believe
Sorry, excuse me, y'all. I'm doing a lot of promoting right now, so
yeah. But before we get to it, if you guys are new, definitely hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you ring that notification bell so you guys won't not miss any time that either Tyler, me and Tyler will be live. That being said, let's just kind of get right into some
I want to rant about something before we start. And I know I'm going to sound like CM Punk right now because this is about CM Punk and the whole ordeal and shit like that. I'm tired of these goddamn dirt sheet websites trying to cause a goddamn divide. A worse divide than what happened a year ago. I'm sick of that. I am absolutely tired of it, man. I'm tired because here we are, right? We are literally a year removed from the whole all-out debacle that happened.
Yeah.
Here we're seeing these damn beat writers, these insiders that aren't really on the inside. They're just writing shit just to write shit.
It's basically just clickbaiting, basically.
They're clickbaiting the fans. They're clickbaiting the fans because they're sitting there saying, "Oh, there's a divide between CM Punk and this group of people." Oh, and then they did this whole thing like, "Oh, he's not going to show up on freaking Dynamite because they're splitting up the rosters between the people that hate him and people that like him, which he'll be working for the people that like him." The man showed up on goddamn Dynamite last night.
Yeah.
Guess who was also there? Backstage, cutting a damn promo. Backstage. Young Bucks and Hangman. And Kenny Omega. The guys that he's supposedly split from? Are you kidding me? These damn beat writers, these damn dirt sheet writers need to actually report on news and stop spewing bullshit. Stop spewing goddamn bullshit.
You ain't kidding.
You're making it hard to report news here when all you're doing is just spewing bullshit. And I've had it. I've had it, bro.
Dude, I think we all have had it with the damn dirt sheets. But regardless, actually, you know what? Speaking of the dirt sheets, that's another thing I want to tie into, because remember too, when all the shit with Drew McIntyre and the contract situation, remember all the dirt sheets spewing bullshit about Drew McIntyre? Oh, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. It's like we had not heard from Drew himself.
Everybody's fucking speculating. They also doing that too, speculating shit.
But I thought
he's probably going to sign with AEW. Yeah, I was at fault too because I was sitting there thinking, speculating too. What if he does sign? And I was speculating that shit. I'm not gonna sit there and deny it.
Oh yeah, you and me both.
I was part of the goddamn problem.
But and then we did kind of find out that
they don't admit to this shit. They just keep going. And you know who's worse? You know who's the worst?
It's Dave Meltzer. Easy for me.
Goddamn Dave Meltzer and the goddamn Wrestling Observer. They are the worst.
Why? Well, not just
you have guys like he used to be. Dave Meltzer used to be like the most well-respected guy, because all he would do was rate matches. Oh, that match was a 5-star. That match was a 6-star. That match was a 4-star. That's fine.
But ever since he started
getting a critic, I don't care. But when you're sitting there speculating on a goddamn podcast or speculating on a website, saying, "Oh, this might happen because this guy," enough.
It really is. It really is, and that's the funny thing too.
What they're doing? Hold on. What they're doing, Rob, is making opinion sound like fact, and it's bullshit.
Yeah, and then we come to and we have people. It's like you have people spewing bullshit, but you have like guys like superstars or backstage personnel like saying the other shit.
No, and you see these wrestlers on Twitter going off on Meltzer. going off on the Wrestling Observer, going off on Sean Ross Sapp, going off on these beat writers.
Yes,
because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Like they don't know what facts from opinions are.
They don't.
And speaking of another guy, Tyler, you forgot this dude is, well, we talked about him last night, Mr. Not So Bitter. Jim Cornette's another guy that's been kind of well hated in terms of.
Here's the thing. He's different. He's a different story though. He just hates every goddamn thing that's not from 1986
or it's like from like you said, from 86 to 92 in that 6-year period.
No, here's the thing. It's from 86 to 95.
Yeah.
From 1986 to 85. Oh, remember the goddamn Hollywood? Remember the goddamn team I used to freaking manage? They were awesome, right? For the last 30, 40 years, you've been saying this. Enough. Sure. The freaking Heavenly Bodies were a great team. In 86.
Whenever. Because, and that's the thing, too.
Remember when I managed this team? Remember when I was a heel manager and I clocked a fan with a goddamn tennis racket that one time?
Yeah, that's
like, are you kidding me? Who gives a shit?
Nobody cares.
And then also, I hate everything that AEW is doing because they're not like the wrestling I used to be in 1985. Like, it's not supposed to be.
Because first, we're wrestling and that's another thing too. I mean, this is why a lot of times, like you and me, even DJ Storms know like the amount of bullshit that he's. It's like, dude's been out of touch for the last 30-something odd years. I would say even close to 4. But I will say, even though he's maybe out of touch, but you can't deny he was one of the most entertaining managers.
You know what also pisses me off, bro?
Shoot.
Every chance he gets, he's dissing Jericho. Every chance he fucking gets, bro.
Yeah, I've noticed. Like he always try to take shots at Jericho, but I think
like, are you kidding me? Oh, if he was in the 1980s,
It's.
Do you not realize it's not 1986 anymore? It's 2023. Wrestling adapt.
Yeah, exactly. Try to adapt as much as we can. But moving on, so we get that out of the way. So we have one departure from AEW, but obviously, Fuego del Sol actually kind of took to social media that he has announced that his time with his contract will expire.
Bro. Fuego del Sol should have been used way better. Way fucking better. You're telling me he was on the first ever goddamn pay-per-view. He was in the first ever everything looked like everything was gonna go well for the guy after, that whole match on Rampage where he got an AEW contract. I'm thinking, oh, I'm seeing a big push that's gonna happen here. Nope. Right back on fucking Dark.
But
jobbing out on Rampage. Nobody watches Rampage. Nobody watches Dark Elevation.
Well, that's not.
That's why those are canceled. Well, Rampage isn't canceled. I'm talking about Dark Elevation.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
You're sitting there and you're telling me that AEW is perfect. Oh, AEW is perfect. They don't mishandle talent like WWE does.
Yeah.
Oh, they mishandle talent, and Fuego del Sol is one of them. You're telling me that man, dude. I watched his match on that match on Rampage when he got a contract. That man was freaking amazing.
I mean, shit.
And that freaking tornado DDT he does, holy shit.
But outside of that, but he did say his time with the company is coming to end this Saturday, July 1st. But also the fact that he was also noted. He also noted that he was also cleared from that foot injury he's been dealing with the last few months.
Right.
But he also did praise, the people behind the scenes, the roster and the fans. And yet he's still young. He's only 27, so he's still got a whole career ahead of him. So,
Right.
but he just said he was just getting started. But this is basically what he pretty much said. He says, and I quote, "Thank you, AEW. Though this chapter is coming to a close, this is just the beginning for Fuego del Sol, now accepting bookings and everywhere." So, I mean, the way that it seems to me is the fact that, yeah, I mean, look, he's just ending on good terms with the company. But then again, though, I mean, we kind of seen this once before, somebody leaving and try to improve elsewhere. Because I think there's a little bit, because I feel like if you look at Fuego del Sol sometimes in this match, he's a little bit green in some areas. Like you can see he's got to refine some things.
But here's the thing: he's not that green to where you can't. You can probably use him on TV constantly. Look at freaking Jamie Hayter. She was green as all hell when she started. Now she's better because she was primarily used on TV. She organically got better. Here's the problem: you're not using Fuego. You weren't using Fuego, and now he's out of the company.
But yeah, talk about. I will admit, I look like a complete fucking idiot because me and Tara, we have admitted. It's like, man, it's Jamie Hayter has.
I'm sitting there thinking early on, oh, this guy's gonna be used better because he's out of WWE. Nope.
No.
Also, look at Tony Nese. Look at Tony Nese. Has he been used? Has he been used better since going to freaking AEW? Hell no. Hell no. He's still losing matches on TV, like he was on WWE TV. He's still losing there.
Well, regardless,
so I'm done with this whole. Oh, he's going to be used better in AEW. How the hell do we know that?
We don't.
We don't know that. How the hell do we know that Impact's going to use him better? Look what Impact did to Bobby Fish. Only used him for one appearance. He's out of the damn company.
I think he's with New Japan now. If I'm like, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, he's working. No big company signed him. He's working indies.
Yeah, that's like we said. No company's perfect. Like, yeah, there's sometimes you see companies will mismanage talent, which then again, that's nothing new in the pro wrestling business. It happens
to everybody. And the problem is that AEW now is just like a WWE back in 2018 where they had like an influx of talent and half the roster wasn't used. What's good, Mitch? But yeah, it's like half the roster just wasn't used. And it's the same thing for AEW. They signed so many talent. So much talent's been signed. They had to buy Ring of Honor to use this talent. They had to make a new show to use the talent. They had to make a third show to use the talent. They had Dark Elevation because they had so much talent.
But I will say this though.
That's the problem with these wrestling companies.
They gotta focus on what they have before you bring anybody in.
You gotta have a limited roster. You can't have 1,500 guys on one roster.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
Few. Excuse me. Have a select few. I was choking there for a minute, but don't laugh at me.
but I get you though.
But they have so little. You have to just focus your signings to just a small group that you're going to use.
Absolutely.
You can't sit there and have 1,500 guys or 100 guys or 5. You can't do that because half of that roster is not going to get used, and then they're gonna be pissed off. The fans are going to get pissed off. Why aren't you using this guy? Why aren't you using this guy? Why aren't you using this woman? Why aren't you using this woman?
I mean, I don't know.
Look at freaking dude. You know who's another one who's getting crazy misused? And I've been saying that it's boggled my mind since 2019.
Hang on, I'm drawing a
blank. No, I'm not saying 2019. Guess what? No. This has boggled my mind since AEW first started. That's Sonny freaking Kiss, bro.
Yeah,
A great freaking character. You're not even using the guy. Like, oh my god.
but I mean,
You're not even using him. You're not even using him.
and also, if correct me if I'm wrong. I think Sonny Kiss did also mention that he also was they kind of stepping away a little bit from the ring because I know he's dealt with let's be real with some. I think he said
No,
he
that was a rumor. That was a rumor because he had that injury back in like I think it was
20,
on dark again. It was on dark against Joey Janela, which was another guy that got screwed out of the company.
And he's been and Joey Janela's starting to become a little bit hated through the IWC the last year and a half or so.
What the hell did he do? I'm trying to figure this out.
I think it's him and JD were going at it on like there was like a bit of him and JD from NYT06 having a little bit of beef on Twitter for whatever fucking reason.
Jesus fucking Christ! I don't think the IWC is feuding with Joey over this because JD can be a dick half the time.
But JD was speaking facts, and Joey apparently got.
What did JD even say? Because half the time,
I don't remember what exactly he said, but I moved on.
I don't think that I don't think anybody like cares enough about the whole Joey Janela feud.
Yeah, that was like a small thing, but
that was a small thing. So I don't think he's hated.
Speaking
either of them.
Oh, absolutely.
But I do think JD does have bad takes. Everybody has bad takes.
I mean, who doesn't nowadays?
I've had bad takes. You've had bad takes.
Oh yeah. But speaking of that, Collision so far, so close with AEW. Collision so far, like in its early infancy, has been.
This is what they exactly. This is what they needed to. This is what they needed to do with freaking Rampage. What they're doing with Collision.
Because you can get a lot more viewers on a Saturday night than you do on a Friday. Because you got WWE at 8.
Mm-hmm.
From 8 to 10, and then after that you got Rampage. Like no one's gonna watch Rampage right after SmackDown.
And plus, they don't really freaking they just throw a card together for Rampage. They just throw it together.
That's pretty. Just cut that show and just have.
They don't give. Early on, it wasn't like that. Because early on, they actually did kind of care about Rampage. They gave you incentive to watch Rampage early on, but then they just started throwing random cards together.
Yeah, they just say just fuck it, basically.
Guy Blue versus this random jobber, or Jamie Hayter versus this random jobber, or Swerve Strickland versus this random jobber. It's hold on, but with Collision, look what happened last week, or actually this Wednesday.
Yeah,
with the Darby Allin thing. What he said, so I'm gonna need an answer from you, but do it on Collision. Talking about the face turn of Sammy Guevara. That gave people incentive to want to watch Collision.
Yeah,
that's how you book a B show.
Yeah, and look, Dynamite. Yeah, they're going to be nice when they're not perfect, but you can see like they put up some good matches, even on their off nights. Which, like what like no show's perfect. I mean, like it's and Collision. For me, I know it's kind of a weird, but it kind of gives me kind of like NXT like before the old NXT.
Collision
in a way because of the action.
No. Collision SmackDown. Collision is SmackDown all the way.
But Collision, for those who
Collision, hold on. Collision SmackDown, Dynamite is Raw. Rampage is just freaking WWE ECW.
But Collision this week. I mean, for those who have not seen the card, oh boy, that's
bro, that card is money. That card is
and Hiroshi Tanahashi.
I kind of feel bad for Swerve though. I kind of feel bad because I feel like he's turning into a jobber, a glorified jobber. Because for a damn fact, Tanahashi should not be losing this match. At a go home though, before a title match at Forbidden Door.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no way in hell he should be losing this match.
Nah,
no way in goddamn hell.
But yeah, man, it's been, I'm actually like And don't get me wrong, though. I think the set design, it's nice and simple. Nothing you really can complain of the
It's
set design.
simple. Yeah, it's simple, but it's different.
Yeah, it gives you a
And
different feel to it.
it gives you that different vibe. Oh, we're watching a different show.
It's kind of ironic, though.
In terms of like, for me, there's a reason why Rampage gets called Dynamite Light.
I can agree with that.
Because it's the same set, same vibe. It feels like a damn another episode of Dynamite, but a worse version.
I'm surprised no one said Dynamite 2.0.
It's just Dynamite Light. Dynamite 2.0 would be Collision, because that's also a good quality show. But Dynamite Light is what Rampage is, because it's a worse off version of Dynamite.
Right. And it's kind of funny. Speaking of Collision, though, who remembers what all people were talking about throughout social media? Say, "Oh, they're not going to put good ticket sales." When we saw at the start of the show,
that place was sold out. Sold out.
That's just like
I was telling people, here's the thing. I was telling people, calm down, because they had announced the ticket sales months prior to the debut. People, they had time. They announced Collision May?
Somewhere like mid-May,
early May,
something like that.
Or early June, or no, it was late May, early June. They had announced this. The show wasn't going to premiere until late June.
Yeah, June 17th.
June 17th. It was late June. So from late May into late June, you have a huge window.
Yeah, you got a time, like you said, got a huge window. And you got to think it's too, you got people who are going to be traveling to Chicago anyway. So it's sometimes wrestling fans travel in bunches. But speaking, because actually this is interesting that I actually found on WrestlingNews.co, but also shout out to Steve Fall, who actually is a digital content producer. Also follows us on Twitter, so that's very nice. Not to toot our own horn.
Also, Juice did make a good comment here, and I have to agree with this. Rest in peace.
Easy retain.
No. The one below that one. No. The one below the other two. Yeah. Rest in peace to the 5 that died. In that Titan submarine thing that imploded on them. That's one of the worst ways to go out. One of the worst.
Absolutely.
Absolute worst way. But back to what we were saying.
But before we go any further, our show is obviously we want to hear from our sponsor SeatGeek.
We got a new sponsor, y'all.
We'll get to that in just a moment. But if you guys are looking for any go to concerts, sporting events, or wrestling events, check out use our promo code Philly Sports at SeatGeek to say $20
off, y'all. $20 off.
It really helps us out, or helps you guys out with these damn fees and stuff like that.
Any of the proceeds that we do get from the sponsor,
go to charity.
We're putting that shit right to charity. And any charity of our choosing could be mental health, NAMI, could be Spina Bifida Foundation, could be Autism Foundation, could be I don't know.
It could be anything.
Any goddamn thing we choose.
But for another sponsor for today's episode is brought to you by W Energy. So if you guys are if you're a late night streamer, a late night gamer, if you need that like a energy kick in the pants kind of thing, go to w.gg to use our promo code Philly Sports 10 to save 10% off for all. You want to get like a standard pack.
Yeah, if you're feeling tired and that kill death streak ain't working for you, okay, on Call of Duty, all right. If that kill death streak ain't working for you, if you ain't doing good in Fortnite, if you're batting over like 100 on MLB The Show, okay, if you're getting beaten by Brock Lesnar in 2 seconds in 2K23, if you're losing, if you guys are losing bar death matches on AEW Fight Forever,
oh, I cannot wait.
Which I can't wait for. If you guys are just flat out sucking at gaming, all right, you ain't doing well. you feel a little bit blah, you feel a little bit tired, check out W Energy.
Yeah, go to w.gg, and they got some really amazing stuff over there. If you guys want to cop yourself a starter pack, you can, and use our promo code PhillySports10 to save 10% off. Man, like I said, we got new things coming for you. But going further, we're going to switch over to the WWE a little bit. And this was actually put out 10 hours ago on LA Knight, and obviously,
sorry, I had to.
LA Knight. Before we get into this article, dude, you cannot tell me
the guy has the goddamn crowd in the palm of his hands.
And the fact he roasted the ever-living shit out of Logan Paul is just like...
He's like, you create YouTube videos for 14-year-old girls. I'm like,
call yourself a megastar. And he said, pull out a piece of paper and say, look, here's a map for every single one. You can shove every single... Follow these directions to shove every single prime bottle where the moon Dutch and shines. Like, oh... I was like, damn. I was like, he had to go there.
You had to kill this man? On the mic?
And before he even said his name, like, he had the crowd do it for him. You cannot tell me that dude has gotten over organically.
No, he let the crowd do it. He goes, I forgot what he says, but he lets the crowd do it. And everybody from the rafters to the goddamn floor seats said the shit. He is over, bro.
And the fact that this and going over with LA Knight, shout out to Andrew Ravens, who put this out, pretty much titled this article, LA Knight was converted to a manager of Max Dupree, which we don't want to get. Well, if you guys know what we're talking, but move on from that.
I'm glad that gimmick died.
But it says LA Knight was converted into a manager as Max Dupree because WWE was concerned about his age.
Yeah, because he is 40 something. I do get their point there. It's a valid point. He's older. His body will start to break down at some point. I do get their point. I do get that. So I'm not really mad at WWE for that. It's just they just put him in a shit gimmick that I'm mad about. But LA Knight, I could see him transitioning soon when his body does start to break down into a manager role. He can speak on the mic. He can be a manager. I'm not mad.
He can be that nice mouthpiece for anybody that needs.
He can be a nice mouthpiece for somebody. So I can see WWE's point there. I can see that. They just gave him a stupid ass gimmick. Him Mason freaking Mansoor. I'm not calling him Mansoor and freaking Marseille. All right, I'm not doing it. The only bright spot of that goddamn faction was Maxine. That's the only bright spot because LA Knight left.
And the fact that he even trashed it as soon as we came back to LA, what he was in NXT.
You trashed the whole goddamn gimmick. I'm like, thank God, dude.
Oh man! First of all,
here's the thing. He faked us out because I thought he was turning face. Later that night, he was heel again. He goes, "Haha, psych, I'm heel." Damn it!
but yeah, so this is basically what LA Knight had to say because he actually didn't note this. That the officials were kind of concerned. He goes on to say, quote, I come up for a dark match. I get the attention of the right people, saying, who is this? Or who is this guy? But the age thing comes up and whispers became to say, oh no, he's 40, danger. But I'm not the average 40-year-old. I haven't gone through the ringer. I haven't had a bunch of surgeries or injuries. Knock on that wood. I lived a good youthful life in a certain sense, and I've taken care of myself in a way I would say most don't.
Yeah, see, that's where I kind of like, I'm on the fence because I see WWE's point. He's older. His body will start to break down. But I do also see LA Knight's point. His body hasn't broken down yet. So why am I a manager now?
Hey, you could at least get 5-6 great years out of LA Knight if you're lucky. If this goes right. You know what I'm saying?
Cameo. Buy me cameo.
We know you got $100 in here.
They robbed me on stream. They robbed me on stream.
But yeah,
I got proof, bro.
How you doing?
Yo,
going on.
say hi to 1,000 people, bro.
There's 1,000?
Yeah, I got 1,000 subs on YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah, my bro.
that's awesome. Keep doing that.
All right, bro.
But
Thanks, bro.
yeah, but we're looking at LA Knight. There's been a lot of rumors because right now, we've been hearing that he's pretty much the heavily favored to win the Money in the Bank.
He better. Do you not hear how over he is every night?
Yeah.
Like I said, bro, he has the crowd in the palm of his hands, bro.
This
is where the crowd resides. This is where we reside as fans, in his hands. Like, he is over.
So crazy. Just want to see LA Knight or Shinsuke. Not. I think Shinsuke's time. I want to see time in the spotlight's up, but I think it's.
Here's the thing. I kind of agree with that. Either LA Knight or Shinsuke winning, because look what happened in 2017 when Shinsuke got his push. Oh, let's just ruin the entire freaking character, turn him heel, and then have him go out in his WWE title feud with AJ just by just dick punching AJ every single week.
Yeah, that was
that. Yeah, you needed a better freaking run with that.
Wait, yeah.
But I wouldn't be mad if Shinsuke wins, honestly. So I kind of see his point. And John L., you did comment here. People were coming for me on Instagram because I said Logan Paul shouldn't have any Money in the Bank over Montez because Logan did not qualify.
Yeah, that kind of rubbed a lot of the people the wrong way.
On stream. I got him on camera, Mom. They trying to rob me. But yeah, I honestly, I didn't finish my take for you, by the way, so it's okay, bro. I forgive you. But because I was trying to talk to Mom because she came in, she's like, I can't believe they tried to rob you. My two brothers on stream. They were like, we're not here for you. No, I look up at them. They're like, we're not here for you. I'm like trying to talk. They're sneaking behind me. I see them. My brother Jason grabs a piggy bank. I see him obviously walking away. But John L., I do see your point. Because Logan Paul should have had a qualifying match. The guy can go in the ring. We've seen it before.
Don't get me wrong.
Have him on Raw going against somebody winning a match. Have him qualify. Don't have him just be there because he's a star. It boggles my mind that they had that. Yes, guys. Yes, Steve. Yes, Juice. I almost got robbed by my brothers.
And speaking of that, there's another article came out about 4 hours ago. It's talking about there's a major breakthrough moment being discussed for WWE's LA Knight. But there's been heavy speculation, and according to the WrestlingNews.co, pretty much said, with your men's lineup consists of Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, LA Knight, Butch, and Santos Escobar taking on Damian Priest, and Logan Paul have been confirmed for this year's Money in the Bank ladder match for this upcoming pay-per-view. With the winner, we know how the rules work. That's kind of
the winner, having a year to cash in it. Blah 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 blah. We know the rules. Watch on the pay-per-view. They're gonna explain the rules like we don't already know for the past 10, 11 years.
So it goes on.
We don't already know about this.
So this article goes on to say there's been speculation that Paul could be winning the bout as a way to get publicity due to his celebrity status. But
I'm done. If that happens, I'm done. I'm done.
Hang on, I'm not finished. But PW Insider Elite reports that the plan all along was Paul to be added to the bout, but something was made official this past Monday night, and there's been no creative changes. In recent weeks, there's been a big movement among fans for WWE to give Knight a big push and see Money in the Bank as the perfect start.
No, if you saw what happened on Monday night, and if you have more than half of a fucking brain, if you have your full brain, right, and you're using that shit, and you saw what happened on Monday night, LA Knight should be winning that shit. LA Knight the star. LA Knight though. but because LA Knight's got the pop. LA Knight got the pop. LA Knight got the chance. LA Knight had his slogan said back to him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is,
Yeah.
What happens if Logan Paul, do you really think that we would give him that contract and with that would kill the push for LA Knight?
It would definitely kill the push. And to be quite honest, I think that might force his hand of not returning to the company.
Honestly, if that happens, say goodbye to LA Knight and hello to Eli Drake again.
Dude. I say
he will be running back to Impact or NWA.
I see more Impact than anything else because NWA.
They're missing that star. To be honest, they honestly have the star in the women's division with Trinity, but they don't have that star for the men's.
And I think first of all, I don't think Eli Drake should have left anyways because I think the Impact was going really good with Eli Drake.
But Eli Drake left and went to NWA. He should have never left NWA. But then again, NWA now sucks.
Yeah,
it was going good in the beginning, and now they're pushing guys in gimp suits.
Yeah, and not
even kidding you. Not even fucking kidding you. I watch that shit. They're literally pushing guys in gimp suits. And it's like, what happened to you, NWA? You're turning into WWE Light.
Yeah, in a way, and not to mention too, they're also hiding behind a paywall. It's like we were having free episodes each and every week.
They kind of they do both, which I did like. They had the paywall behind Fight TV, but they also like a week later aired the same episode on YouTube for free, which I'm okay with that. I'm okay. All you just gotta do is just dodge spoilers. That's it.
Yeah,
that is it. Which I can dodge spoilers. That's fine.
What
go ahead.
But interesting to note, there's another individual. There's actually someone. Paul Davis put this out, but it almost feels like a day ago. That Philly Tom Lawler actually had a bit of an appearance on AW Rampage and attacked Adam Cole from behind. So
wait. Philly Tom Lawler was on Impact. AW
had an appearance on Rampage.
Damn.
Remember the old MLW days. But yeah.
Bro, when Filthy Tom Lawler was on freaking Fusion, bro, I like that freaking shit, bro.
So in terms,
I haven't really been keeping up with MLW that much. I haven't followed on like Instagram, and I follow them on YouTube, but I just don't watch Fusion anymore.
Yeah, Fusion hasn't really been the same in the last since like 2015, 2016, when he still had Selena De La Renta, low key, Filthy Tom Lawler when Simon Gotch was still there on the roster.
Yeah, you got
for those who I'm talking about, who remembers who Simon Gotch is, they get the Vault Villains, another team that honestly, what's on the menu?
I have a whole entire fucking feast. I got a baked potato. I got mac salad. I got corn. I got steak with some with some freaking Heinz or whatever 57 sauce on it.
Honestly, A1's better.
I like A1. I just like 57 sauce a lot.
But yeah. So it looks like it's going to be Adam Cole and Tom Lawler.
Bro, that match is going to be fucking money. You got the MMA style versus the traditional wrestling style today's wrestling style. Yeah. Adam Cole baby versus Filthy Tom Lawler.
And so the updated card for Forbidden Door, obviously still got the AEW World Championship with MJF and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Whoever had that on their bingo card, not me. I know whatever had.
When they announced that shit, I was shocked. I was like, "Holy shit! You got freaking Tanahashi going against the champ."
Yeah. And next match you have the IWGP United States title match, Omega and Ospreay. I think they're going to tear the house down. And there's been rumors and reports that could be the main event, which I will have no issues with that Because either way, you can have any of the matches on this card can be in the main event. If I could be completely honest with you, another banger. That's just banger number 3. Bryan Danielson and Kazuchika Okada.
Oh my god! Sorry, I kind of
yeah, kind of.
I'm gonna keep it PG. I'm gonna keep it PG, but you guys know what happened.
Yeah.
Here in that freaking match card, bro.
But you get the first match of the Owen Hart women's Owen Hart Cup tournament first round. Athena taking on Billy Starks. Billy Starks has been very impressive from what I've seen so far from her.
She's awesome. I like that gimmick of like
she's very impressive for an 18-year-old, which is fucking crazy.
For somebody who's 18 to wrestle like that.
I got to give another.
When did she start training? When she was 10? The hell?
And Athena, let's be real. Let's keep it a buck here. Athena's been on the best run that I've seen her have.
Oh my god, her's a freaking heel.
That's just chef's kiss right there. That's just
fucking funny, dude.
And honestly,
her's a heel is perfect.
Because let's be real, the other. I feel like this is what she could have been if WWE wasn't PG a little bit. What
they could have been if they didn't freaking try to freaking sexualize her ass out of the company.
Yeah, that was kind of bad.
And put her back on NXT because they didn't want her they wanted her to wear more skimpy clothing.
Yeah, I think
and they got mad, so they sent her back to NXT and then fired her like a year later.
So Crazy Jews says, "Hey, I wouldn't have no issues with MJF and Sonata going at it 1-on-1 title.
That better be the next freaking Forbidden Door. Have Sonata versus
that should be.
Oh my god, on paper that's a freaking quality match too. Holy shit!
Either way, we're still getting a banger match out of the way.
And you know what, dude? They should have done it this year. Champion versus champion.
Oh, that'll be it. Even though it's not a new concept.
But then again, they shouldn't do that because Sonata just won the title.
Oh yeah, that's right. He won about a month ago, give or take.
Like a month. It was a month ago, I think.
This is very short.
I think it was at the G1 because he had won the G1.
Yeah, I remember he did.
And I think this stipulation was, if he won the G1, he wins the title. Because I think the title was, vacated. I think.
Because I think who was the last champion for Sonata? It's not Okada.
Well, no, he wasn't vacated because he beat Okada. Straight up.
Which is yeah.
Because he won the G1. He won the G1 like a month before that, and then a month later, he beat Okada straight up.
And for those who don't know what the G1 is in New Japan, it's basically their version, I would say, of Money in the Bank. Like the winner of that tournament becomes the number one. Gets no. How does
you know what it is? You know what it is? It's basically a round robin tournament. It's kind of like King of the Ring, but with more matches.
Okay,
that's what it is.
Because for me, because it kind of gets
it's actually like King of the Ring plus the World Cup.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's basically what it is. It's basically the World Cup, but in wrestling. And it's kind of like the King of the Ring. Whoever wins the King of the Ring gets the title back. I'm talking about 90s King of the Ring, not the current King of the Ring where you just get a king gimmick.
Yeah.
I'm talking about 90s King of the Ring.
Yeah, the old school King of the Ring. Yeah, I remember those days. Even
Bye. See you, Dalton Guthrie. Talk somewhere else.
Like we said, that would be very interesting. But then again, you have to put at the time like that Sonata did, like Tyler said, won the month.
The timeline, it's gonna be title for title. If MJF wins, he wins Sonata's title.
Even though I'm not gonna lie, I still don't like that design of the IWGP heavyweight title. I'm sorry,
dude. It looks like a fucking toy.
Like you had a really good.
So small.
You look like you had a good thing going.
You had it good with the original IWGP belt.
And you also had the IC title, which also was fucking great too for your mid card debate.
That shit reminded me of the freaking Cody Rhodes one. The white freaking IC belt he brought back. It reminded me of that. But their version.
And then they had to unify both for just one fucking belt. It's like, what the fuck's that supposed to do? But regardless, going down the rest of the card for Forbidden Door.
I think it's because people were tired of wrestlers getting pissy to choose, because they like to do the whole thing where the fan vote was like, if you want to see the IC title main event or the goddamn
Right,
IWGP belt main event, and the wrestlers were getting tired of their matches getting shafted by the goddamn fans.
Yeah. But going down the rest of this card now, which has been updated, like I said, especially with the appearance of Filthy Tom Lawler on AEW Rampage. So obviously for the men's side of the Owen Hart Cup tournament, you have CM Punk taking on Satoshi Kojima, going on one for round one.
Now it was originally going to be Kenta versus CM Punk, but Kenta doesn't want anything to do with Punk.
Yeah. I mean, you got a good replacement too. Kojima is also entertaining as fucking hell as well. So I mean, either way,
he can give you quality matches.
I mean, like I said, so either way, you don't really lose much in that situation, anyways. So we go on to the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match: Sonata and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. You know what? I love Sonata, but I think you have a lot of credit. Can I be much more proud of Jungle Boy? Let's put how far the dude has come on to become a megastar for AEW,
which is confusing to me. About all this, he's a megastar as a babyface, but I read earlier in a report that they're trying to turn him heel.
I don't think that's going to work.
He's too over as a babyface.
If you make him an aggressive babyface, I wouldn't have no issue with that.
Which I was fine when they were trying to do that with him in the Christian feud. They were trying to make him an aggressive babyface. I'm fine with that.
Oh,
the guy's too over as a face to turn him heel.
Like, and knowing AEW, I don't think they will even want to do that. Because they ain't that stupid.
No, AEW is that stupid because there's reports that, and I mean, then again, we're talking about beat writers.
Yeah,
so
that's
it could be a lie, but apparently there's plans that they're trying to turn him heel, but I don't believe that for a goddamn second because he's too over as a face.
Really, that's just complete facts. Then we go to the AEW Women's World Championship match. We have Toni Storm defending her title against Willie Nightingale. Right now, the current reigning and defending and New Japan Strong Women's World Champion. Honestly, I actually don't really mind this match because Will Nightingale, I like what she has done so far, and it's not just in Ring of Honor, but also in the women's division for New Japan Strong, which is actually pretty nice to see New Japan do. Is finally give the women an opportunity to wrestle and have their own division in New Japan. Because I think if I remember correctly, this is just mostly strictly men. You also had, I think with the women's, like Stardom and Shimmer, I think it was.
It's Stardom. It is Stardom because Stardom is working. It's not really a women's division for New Japan. It's basically just Stardom. But it technically kind of is a women's division if you think about it because they're working New Japan shows.
Yeah.
And they're winning the IWGP women's belt, which is IWGP is basically fronted by New Japan.
Yeah, which is actually great to see the women get their opportunity to wrestle on the big stage in New Japan. Then we get a four-way match for the AEW International Championship, which is for Orange Cassidy, Zack Sabre Jr., Katsuyori Shibata. My apologies because I hate Japanese names. I hate to pronounce them. And Daniel Garcia. So obviously, if you watched AEW Dynamite last night, you kind of got a preview of that match between the four men.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we go further down the card. Yeah, Chris Jericho, or basically Suzuki guys, as Chris Jericho applies on him, even though let's be real, that's so stupid, but I can't help laugh at that. Taking on Sting, Darby Allin, and their opponent and their mystery partner at Forbidden Door. But like Tyra said, that could be also a way to, I think Sammy could, or what do you say? It'd be like a face turn and find a way to screw Chris, because like they've been heavily teased for a few months now, about a month and a half.
Also, excuse me, but also there was another tease last night when Jericho or when Sammy went to go to do a tag. Look straight in Jericho's face, gives him a smirk, tags in Suzuki instead of Jericho. That was another tease. That was another tease.
That face turn is going to be very interesting to watch. Then
well, he's starting to get loved. He's starting to get loved by fans again. Him and Ty.
Honestly,
they're starting to become loved by fans.
Because I feel like,
and I see why. Because they're genuinely good people,
and they're very entertaining.
And they're very entertaining.
Even outside the ring.
Outside the ring, they're genuinely good people, and plus, a lot of fans are happy as hell because the guy's going to be a dad.
Yeah, it'd be a girl dad actually, which is phenomenal to see.
Yeah, they found out they're going to have a girl. But yeah, so they're very, very happy for him, and they realize, look,
we fucked up.
We fucked up as fans because we speculated a lot of shit and we hurt them more than they hurt us.
If you have not watched AEW All Access, Ty actually spoke on that. You could feel how hurt she really was.
She was hurt, and I felt bad for her. I was like, damn, man. A lot of these fans are speculating that, Sammy was cheating on his girlfriend or fiance at the time, and Ty's a homewrecker, and they were calling her homewrecker and shit, and she was hurt.
Yeah, you could feel
and then it took Sammy's ex, the one that he apparently cheated on, which it came out to be not true. Sammy's ex had to come in and say, look, whatever you guys are speculating isn't freaking true. She said it herself.
Because I think she also said that her and Sammy actually ended on good terms. I think they're still best friends to this day.
She said that, she's like, guys, he didn't cheat on me. We ended on good terms. We just weren't compatible. So this whole thing with you saying that Sammy cheated on me with Ty, that's not true. Yeah. Did they start dating a little bit after?
Yeah,
a little bit after we broke up, which did kind of look suspect. Yes, but it happened because here's probably what happened. Sammy probably said, "Look, I'm starting to catch feelings for somebody else."
Oh yeah,
and they broke it off clean instead of cheating. You know, they broke it off clean. Ty and him started dating. They got married a year later. Congratulations to them. And then they also were starting a family together. Congratulations to them.
And honestly, congrats to Sammy. You actually did it in the most interesting way possible on AW television.
Bro, that was freaking, dude, at a pay-per-view. At a fucking pay-per-view.
You know what?
And it was the cutest way of doing it, too. Cutest freaking way. The whole cue card thing that got him over in 2020 brought it back for that. And also, he taped the ultrasound to the cue card. That was cute as shit.
I thought that was phenomenal. And that's another thing too that I actually like Sam too. Even as a heel, you could feel like the kind of reaction he was getting. It was more like a babyface the crowd like a babyface crowd reaction that you normally would not get for a guy like Sammy who
dude, when he announced that fucking pregnancy, bro. The crowd popped. They freaking popped like they popped when CM Punk initially made his debut on AEW. They popped hard. They, from the rafters to the floor, yelled in excitement for this guy.
Yeah, and that's another thing too.
And because fans are now realizing at the end of the day, these people are human.
Yeah,
you don't need to be treating them like shit. And speculating some bullshit. This they're human. They have feelings too. And this is what a lot of these wrestling fans don't get is that, they're treating these wrestlers like robots.
Oh, absolutely.
They're not. They're human. They're human. Their gimmick may be robotic. Like a robot or something.
Oh yeah,
like John Cena 02 when he was a freaking robot.
Yeah,
for whatever fucking reason. But they're human beings. They have feelings. What you said to Ty, that really hurt. That hurt Sammy. That hurt freaking Sammy's ex.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Going
Uh,
further,
I'm actually ready for this space turn. I'm ready for it.
I'm ready because I mean,
Bring on the love, Sammy. We're ready for it, bro.
and that's the thing too. Whether you like him or you don't, but the dude's phenomenal and talented. But yeah, you don't like. That's kind of what we were saying. Like, you don't treat him like shit, basically.
Exactly. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, if I saw Ginger Mahal on the damn street, not gonna treat him like shit because I don't like him as a wrestler. He's probably a stand-up human being off TV.
Yeah, because we don't know.
Same thing for same thing for Brock Lesnar. I didn't like him for the longest time for his part-time schedule. Then we saw the human side of Brock Lesnar. I don't like that dude now.
Because most of us, we could relate to someone that's has social anxiety. Because let's be real, it's you don't want to really talk to people.
When I heard about that, I'm like, dude, I get it because some of the time I don't want to talk to people. I want to just stay in my room and chill.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I'm like, dude, I get it. I get it.
It's like, and that thing too. It's just like, it's kind of crazy once you heard that for a guy of his size, like of Brock Lesnar's caliber, say that has social anxiety. Because sometimes like you're not going to believe it, but then again, you can really see at times, you can saw sometimes during backstage, like he just want to get the hell out of there as quickly as he possibly can, which. Even though it's kind of funny when he broke, even though I think it was a Pat McAfee told him not to break the table, but he still broke it anyway.
Bro, no, this is what he did. He went to go situate the table because the mic was too far. Pat McAfee, as soon as he said don't break the table, Brock Lesnar's arms went, and he broke the fucking table. Like, dude, intrusive thoughts just freaking won out. Because his arms went as soon as Pat McAfee, freaking goddamn dyslexic moment. This is Pat McAfee said, "Don't break the table." His arms went and broke the table. I'm like, dude, he just told you not to break the table.
And then we're just
and then Brock Lesnar's fixing the table. Goes, sorry.
And like it's kind of like we're saying, like we don't know exactly what these people are like when the cameras are not rolling, and that's the crazy, that's the kind of the part that, some fans sometimes have a hard time understanding. But regardless,
what made me like Sammy? What made me like Sammy and Ty together? Like really made me like them was when the way they treat the children fans, man, the little kids. The way they treat the little kid fans.
Yeah, which is phenomenal to see, dude.
Respect to them, and at that point, in my mind, I'm like, they be great parents. Lo and behold, they're becoming parents.
Yeah, exactly. But moving forward to the rest of this updated card for Forbidden Door, for what looks like it's going to be a really good show come Sunday night. We got the Blackpool Combat Club, which with Konosuke Takeshita and Shota Umino, part of the
Shota Umino.
Shota Umino
on the BCC side.
Yes.
Oh damn! They got a guy who used to be Young Boy.
Yeah,
for New Japan. Damn.
And they're going to be taking on the Elite, Eddie Kingston, and the Stone Pitbull himself, Tomohiro Ishii.
Yo, when they announced that shit, I got so hyped. I love
Konosuke Takeshita. You can't tell me otherwise. That dude can pull off a greaser look better than any that I can think of.
Dude, I saw him in fucking leather on Wednesday. I'm like, yep, keep him heel. As soon as I saw him, I'm like, keep him heel. Like immediately came out my mouth.
Because I mean, I think the seal run can really do wonders for him.
Yeah,
I think that, and then we get the last match, which was updated as of today, or actually yesterday, at the time of this when this article came out. Adam Cole taking on Filthy Tom Lawler at Forbidden Door.
Fucker, this is going to be a great fucking match.
It is going to be a phenomenal show.
Oh man, I'm ready. Can Sunday come faster? Shit,
you ain't kidding.
Dude,
but it's like
I love this card. I love this card. I don't care what anybody says. This card is just top tier. Top tier.
Oh, absolutely. So going back to with the Money in the Bank pay per view, but there's been some speculation, but there's the women's side has a heavy front runner so far going into Saturday.
So
and that one, it's Io Sky. Io Sky's the heavy front runner.
What?
According to this report, according from PWInsider.com,
Bruh.
they've consistently heard without fail that Io Sky has been and remains the front runner for the briefcase this year. However, until that changes, plans will always can change, especially with McMahon. Who can give a fuck? Can make notable changes as of late.
It better be fucking Zoe Stark or I'm rioting.
I think most of us would be rioting.
You have it written. You have it written the way it should be. Trish wins the goddamn wins the qualifying match on Monday night. She ain't there to win the fucking match. She's there to screw the other women to have Zoe win it.
Hey, shit, that'll be an interesting swerve because if you have it,
that's what you should be doing. That should be a swerve. It should be that swerve.
Because right now, I would say two women for the women's Money in the Bank, I can see can win it. Io Sky and Zoe Stark. Because out of everybody else, I'm not.
I mean, Io Sky, I don't hate her, but honestly, you've written the story already. It has to be Zoe Stark.
I even coached with the WWE.
This fucking story, having Trish Stratus win the qualifying match on Raw last week or this week,
but yeah, it's like.
Zoe should not win this. It should be Zelina Vega. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad about that either.
Yeah, that's kind of I won't say the biggest argument. That's the one kind of thing people have knock on Zoe. She's not been up there.
But here's the thing about this, Damien. I would love that. But I would love that. But
that'll be an ultra swerve.
Story isn't going to call for it, but honestly, if they swerve us and they give it to Zelina, hell fucking yeah.
I would have no issues with that.
Hell fucking yeah. If they give it to Zelina Vega, hell yeah.
Because, I mean, think about Zelina.
She's been there for so goddamn long and she's gotten better in the ring. She needs a push.
At some point, she has to.
And to write this story with the whole thing with Rhea Ripley, her just coming short at Backlash in her home country, dude.
Yeah,
the writing's there too.
So either way, you got two stories.
Have a revenge fight with Rhea.
Oh man, absolutely. Well, like I said, would that be nice to see? Oh yeah, absolutely. But I think in reality, it's either Io Sky or Zoe Stark because the Zoe Stark. Yes, I know the one thing people will knock on her is the amount of time she's been on the main roster rather than anybody else. Like I said, like a Zelina Vega, so Trish Stratus or an Io Sky and the rest of the women that have been there longer than Zoe Stark. Because Zoe Stark, which is she's been on the main roster for about a month now, give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, definitely. I mean, look, if you want to throw a wrench in there, for a swerve, absolutely. That Zelina Vega would be that one wrench you could definitely throw in there. But like I said, we'll have to wait and see come Saturday. Tyler, we'll definitely hold it down on my end. Well, because actually I'm not going to be available because obviously for work. Because by the time it starts, I'm going to be working already. But I will be available for Forbidden Door, and that show is going to be looking. You know what? I can see that too. Well, like I said,
I did.
I can. What?
I do say too. Like you beat me in my own home, I'm beating you in your own home. So that would be a good ending. I do agree with that, Damien.
Though Rhea's from Australia, if you think about it.
And then again, yeah, that's not her own home, man. She's
even though UK, it feels like sometimes every time when she does like any UK show, it looks like a secondary home for her. So I mean,
so then again, it could be a secondary home thing. Oh, your secondary home. I'm beating you in your secondary home.
I mean, look, I mean, if you look at,
but you got to think too. Is Zelina really from Puerto Rico? Her family may be, but she's not.
From Brooklyn.
She's from Brooklyn.
But
that might be her. That's also acting as her second home, even though her family is from there. They immigrated from there, but that's her second home, pretty much, because her first home is Brooklyn, but her second home is Puerto Rico. So then again, Rhea's first home is Australia. Her second home is the UK.
Because I mean, because if you remember, because the first place she's ever wrestled was in the UK before NXT UK went to shit, basically. So I mean,
it's because you know why NXT UK went to shit. Let's air the show at a random afternoon on 3:00.
Yeah, where it's like 6:00 their time, basically, or something like that. And that's another thing too. That's honestly, I think that right now, this week even though, let's be real, I think that.
Also, I want to know what you guys think about David Finlay Bullet Club. I hear a lot of people hating it because it's bringing young lions, and one of those people is my brother.
I haven't really watched David Finlay.
I haven't watched Bullet Club over there.
Bullet Club's been kind of going down the fucking toilet.
Honestly, I don't know who's face and who's heel. You have freaking Ace Austin and Chris Bay as baby faces, and they're in the group.
Even though the Bullet Club should be a heel faction for what it was.
They're a heel faction, but you have two baby faces in the fucking faction in Chris Bay and Ace Austin, who should be fucking heels.
I mean, they're better as heels. Oh yeah.
Then you have, freaking.
You still got Battle like Fall Basement.
Basically, Bullet Club Wolfpack. Yeah, well, I'm going there in AEW.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they're heels, which is fine. Battle Foley still there.
He's been there since the inception, for the love of Christ.
Since 2013 inception, yes.
You have Fergal Devitt, or for those from
but the rest of the group, but the rest of the group is just all young lions and David Finlay.
And not just that too.
They are undermanned. They are undermanned. I'm sorry.
Man, they're just changing members like they're changing underwear, basically. I mean, if you think about it, AJ Styles had a good run with Bullet Club back then.
Yeah, AJ Styles from 2014 to when he left in 2016.
And then before, I mean, and Kenny Omega shocked.
But here's the thing. When members left, there was a reason. And I mean, Jay White had a reason too.
Because his contract was,
his contract was up and he was going to AEW. But then again, he technically didn't leave the group because he's running Bullet Club Gold. So it's by technicality, he's not even out of the group.
But he started his splinter faction, basically, or basically
NWO Wolfpack.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna bring back some memories for a lot of old WCW fans like myself. But it's like, I mean, geez, it'll be interesting to see what else what Forbidden Door holds. I mean, it'll be nice to actually see Jay White actually get on. Maybe they'll find a way to get Jay White on the show at some point. That'll be interesting to see. Actually,
no, you better do a Civil War thing where it's Jay White versus David Finlay, and whoever wins that fucking match leaves Bullet Club.
Yeah, you know what? I actually like that idea.
And it better be fucking David Finlay.
I mean, because like I said, like I said, I think I said this a couple times before. That faction has been going down the toilet.
That faction was going so well,
and then
you had great leaders. You had great leaders like freaking Machine Gun and fucking Doc Gallows, and then freaking Fergal Devitt, who's now Finn Balor, and then you had AJ Styles, and then you had freaking Kenny Omega, and then you had freaking Jay White, who was also a good leader. You go from Jay White to David Finlay? The fuck?
It gets you to think it's like, what the fuck, basically. But regardless, even if you don't put Jay White on this show, but if you do put him on next year, though, I would have no issue with that. Yeah, I think it's still kind of too early. I think it's still kind of too early for Jay White. But then again, I mean, you could shit. If I could see, well, I don't want to. But looking at how the show is kind of going on, but if it all goes right, I think that this will surpass Forbidden Door 1. Because right now at AW, I would say, in terms of the pay-per-views that have, I would say in a way flopped, it was this year's Double or Nothing in July?
have
No.
to. It was like a few months ago.
Yeah.
Double or Nothing. And honestly, I thought the show was okay.
It's
Honestly, some of the matches were not hitting. Like the freaking Jamie Hayter, Tony Storm shit. That did not hit at all. My opinion. Hell no. Hell fucking no. I think it was in May. I think May-ish or
I
April.
think May. I think
It was
it
May.
might have been.
It was May. It was
Because
early. It was like mid-May that they did Double or Nothing. But yeah, that show was not it at all.
it's not what we expected the last few years of Double or Nothing.
And it was good. It was good. The matches were fine, but
it's just
some of the stuff made it take a hit, like the Tony Storm. You know,
yeah, that was about the biggest nitpick of that.
Jamie Hayter basically jobbed out to Tony Storm.
I mean, you could have
just run her off TV and vacated the title. Not put her on a pay-per-view to have her job out.
Yeah, at least have a tournament for her to name the new champion. And don't. Then again, though, I think there was also other plans too that maybe Jamie Hayter had this idea, because and I think it was also told by Tony Khan that even Tony Khan hates the interim tag, which let's bro, because Tony Storm never got the proper run that she really deserved.
She never really had that proper run. But if it was her doing Jamie Hayter. I'm sorry, Jamie Hayter, but that was the worst plan you've ever came up with. Because no. I know you wanted to be part of the show, but you should have just vacated the title.
Yeah, and
give
just
a quality tournament for the title.
Yeah.
Not having you kill your own credibility with you dropping out the way you did. You didn't deserve it.
Not the way that it. But I mean, look, we can't change it can't change it now. But when she gets healthy, don't be surprised if she's going to chase that belt again. Because right now, I say
that's what I was thinking too. Juice El Phantasmo should have been the leader of Bullet Club.
He's been entertaining as hell from what I've been seeing.
Ever since his debut, he's been entertaining for New Japan.
But the last and final thing on the docket, and this is sticking with AEW as well. John Hennigan's been kind of in the news, or for those who don't know, it's Johnny the Lead, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Impact, that's all the other boat.
Johnny billion last names.
Pretty much. But there's been talks or been reports that he has believed to sign an AEW contract. Because let's be real, the dude's fucking entertaining as shit at this point of his career.
Yeah.
Stop with the name adoption. Change it.
Johnny Elite, no,
Johnny Impact when he went back to Impact. Yeah, Johnny Mundo for Underground.
But then again, you got the trademark thing.
Yeah, you know what? Looking at it
that's
now,
why he had the billion last names like Johnny Mundo and Johnny Impact and Johnny this, Johnny that.
Oh yeah, I agree.
WWE has the John Morrison trademark, so he has to change his last name half the time. But here's the thing, and you guys might think, oh, I thought he signed with AEW already and they're not using him. No, that was a short-term deal. That was a short-term deal.
Appearance.
It wasn't really a one-off appearance. It was just like a 3-month deal. He had a few matches, had a few feuds. I think he had like 2 feuds. That were basically just TV feuds. So, and then after that, he left, went to MLW for a bit. Had a little run with MLW. I forgot what his name there was, but I don't really give a shit about what his last name was over in MLW. But he was there with MLW for a little bit. He was also trying to film movies and stuff, like B-level movies.
Yeah.
Which I hope he finds success in that.
The dude's phenomenally talented. I mean,
bro has crazy charisma. Like movie star level charisma, which is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I really hope he has a great run with AEW. He's a great talent to have,
and definitely would, absolutely
one of the most entertaining guys that you will ever sign. AEW long term.
Well, we'll see. And speaking of which, I forgot to bring. We really didn't talk about the Judgment Day a lot, but there's been an article talking about that they might be planning.
Hold on, before you talk about Judgment Day, let's talk about Monday. Right. This is Rob. This is Rob. Wait for it. Wait for it. Rhea yells at him to sit down. Okay. That's Rob. That is Rob. I had a review.
But so obviously this was on June 5th. So this was more than a few weeks ago. But there's been rumors that they're teasing a babyface turn for Damian Priest from the looks of it.
He is a. But here's the thing. That faction's the hottest faction in WWE right now.
Like, well,
and you're breaking them up already? I get they've been around for a year, and you don't want the whole thing to get stale? But they're not stale yet.
But there's also, they're teasing a potential new member. Like I said, the one guy I could see, if they decide to pull the trigger on that, is JD McDonough. I think this JD McDonough will take this faction to a whole nother level for the Irish Ace himself.
Oh, for sure, man.
I mean, look, Damian Priest, like, you can at least get. I mean, you don't really have much time with him because he's up in his 40s as well. So,
wait, he's up in his 40s?
Yeah, he may not look like it, but yeah, he's in his early 40s.
Never knew that.
But yeah, so, and that brings me to another article I actually brought. This is back up in May, but there's, I know this would come in old news, but there's something I actually want to touch upon before we speak in time with the Judgment Day. That on that episode of Raw on May 15th, 2023, that JD McDonough is going to get a push on the main roster, and as he should, because the dude's the most entertaining superstar you could ever have on the roster, any promotion you could have. But he took Dolph Ziggler at ringside. So pretty much, James, obviously, and all that. But there's been, later on in that interview, that Irish Ace declared that he's on Raw to make a statement as McDonough walked off camera. For those who have not watched that episode of Raw, in a way, you could take that as a tease that think of that could be a new member for the Judgment Day. But let's be real, if they don't pull the trigger on that, I'm going to come over there and smack somebody. Because
now Damien. The only way that would happen is if Cartoon Network makes a goddamn wrestling show.
Oh, that'd be funny as hell.
That would be funny as shit.
But yeah. Actually, I think Finn's got like another year or two, if I remember correctly, left.
Yeah, he's got another year or two. He isn't going to replace Finn Balor.
I think it's mostly because I would say more of Damian Priest, because if you look at
Damian's been teasing like a split.
Maybe, yeah. And if you looked at out of that faction, like the oldest right now out of that faction is Damian Priest.
Yeah.
And I think also too, and I think Balor's like 34, 35, and you got Rhea. The fact that Rhea's 27 is fucking ridiculous. And you got Dominic. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Dominic.
Her dom.
I could imagine the fact that him and oh god, that was just too funny on Twitter. That one day I saw when him and Buddy Matthews and Dominic were going at it on Twitter. I was like, what the hell am I like this? I just started cracking up because like shit. But for those who don't know what I'm talking about, there was a bit of a, well, I wouldn't say confrontation, but a bit of it. I think Buddy Murphy or Buddy Matthews, I had in a way kind of took exception to what was I don't look like what he said because I can't think of it the life of me now. But he didn't look like didn't like the idea, but he had to go along with it, even though it was for storyline purposes. But in the way, let's be real, Dominic Mysterio is just a fucking heat magnet. The dude is just nothing but short of spectacular ever since having that heel turn after Clash of the Castle. I almost got the people wrong.
Bro, Monday on Raw, right? Man couldn't even say a word. Picked up the mic. Boo!
Oh yeah.
Dude,
it's man, talking about like not but
how much shit? He didn't even say a word yet, and you guys are booing.
Yeah. And it's, I think overall, I think really Dominic. You got to give Dominic to. I mean, like he's good in the ring, but this is the best character work I think the WWE has really given him, and he's kind of run away with it. And the fact they're still making this jailhouse bullshit.
Oh no, Andrew, we will. But the problem is we have our scheduled program shows to get through.
But yeah, but I'll be back at it again Thursday next week. Actually, that being said, going back to before I lost our train of thought, but the fact that they're still milking this jailhouse bullshit, it's like, come on, can we just knock it off already?
Bro's been in prison a day.
And yet still, oh, man.
Hell, it wasn't even a prison. It was his fucking bedroom.
And the fact that, it's like, let's say, we're going to do this, jailhouse style. It's like, dude, you've been in there for fucking 20.
Bro comes out in a fucking plaided shirt and a freaking teardrop.
I was like,
what the hell?
But at the time, it's like, it's like, let's just see how he runs with it. And
the funny thing is, Rob, that freaking teardrop looks like it was Sharpied on.
Yeah.
That's the funny part.
And it's crazy too, though. And it's another one another person I would think, it's crazy to see a really nice career rejuvenation. That was Rhea. Most of these guys actually, and Rhea.
Damien really wasn't,
I won't say floundering,
but he was just U.S. champion. But the thing is, when he initially turned heel, it wasn't the heel turn that put him in Judgment Day. He was already heel at that point. What turned him heel was he lost the U.S. title. And you know what's funny? His heel turn was against Finn Balor.
I didn't realize that.
His heel turn was against Finn Balor because Finn Balor took the title from him and he got pissed off at him.
Oh yeah.
And then a month later, he was joining Judgment Day with Finn Balor.
But that being said, though, man, it's been an interesting week, I would say. We had let's be real, not too good go-home shows for Money in the... Well, we'll see what the go-home show is going to be looking like for Money in the Bank.
Bro, I was so pissed off Friday and Monday for this shit. I'm like, you give us a piss-poor show on Friday, and then you do the same thing on Monday.
That's even worse.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me with this? You're giving me piss poor shows night in, night out.
But I will say where I'll give WWE a lot of credit, though, they're doing Money in the Bank. I think the build of this has been nothing but short of fantastic. And I think they're doing a very nice job with that.
The build's okay, but the problem is the quality of the builds and the quality of the show are not good. They're not good. You're sitting there, you're putting on 2-minute matches for the women, the men's too, 2-minute matches. Segments are bad. The writing.
It's, yeah.
Early shows are bad. They're bad. Piss poor. And I hate to say it. And I've said this before. WWE, right, is having me want their shows to end an hour in.
Exactly. They just want to kill about an hour. Hell, look at Raw. They pretty much killed that after 30 minutes in, pretty much.
It's not really a stupid name at all, to be honest, Damien. Like, I don't see what you would name that, but I can respect your opinion. But But yeah, it's like these shows are just piss poor.
Shit. Me and Robbie did fucking NXT on Tuesday, and NXT had a better, in a way. Yes, I mean, they had one stinker in a match, but outside of that, it's been another but a solid show. Let's put the main event was fucking fantastic, with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. And
here's the thing. That's what makes me think Vince McMahon is back running the two main shows. Triple H is doing NXT again.
I even tweeted that the one stinker of the match was Dana Brooke and Cora Jade. That's the one stinker I would consider. Because right now, Sean's is currently running NXT, and oh boy, I voiced my displeasure too. That dude needs help down in NXT for the love of God. For this, you got a list below Cora Jade, who I think could be the next women's champion. But against someone like Dana Brooke, I just don't see.
Why is she even in a program with Dana Brooke? Why?
Hey, look, take up with that take up that with Sean, basically, pretty much. I was like, really, Dana? You could have had.
It's not really Sean. It's Triple H. Sean is just the authority figure on TV. He's not booking shows. That's Triple H. But here's the thing: they want Dana Brooke to be good so bad.
It's
she's
kind of hard.
Gonna be good. She's been there since 2013.
Yeah, as I think Charlotte's lackey, if I remember correctly.
No, that was 2016. No, she's been there since before that, 2013.
That's fucking crazy.
She was in NXT from 2013 to 2016. Became Charlotte's lackey.
And
botched shitty in her matches. Doesn't know what the fucking ropes are. Her ring psychology is shit. And we were thinking, okay, maybe she'll get better. Nope. We are well past her getting better. She's a lost cause.
For me, I will say this too. I would not be surprised if she got cut. And I really hate to say that because I hate people not losing. Some of these superstars losing their jobs, but it's for the better. If you're going to be a lost cause, if you can't really get nothing going behind you, the crowd doesn't like you. You can't connect with the crowd. Your character stinks, and you can't wrestle. What's the point? What's the point of keeping you? And honestly, if I'm Dana, if I'm going to be on the chopping block, I would start looking at my options elsewhere and start improving, or go to these wrestling schools and learn and go back to square one. And, learn the basics.
That's what I would do if I was Dana Brooke. If I was her and I got my release papers and I was out of the company, I would not sign with no other big name wrestling company until I trained and got way better.
I mean, shit. Look at who am I thinking of now? I'm really drawing a fucking blank here. Jamie Hayter. God damn it! Look at Jamie Hayter.
But here's the thing. Jamie Hayter never left the company. She never. But Jamie Hayter, she was only there a year, and she got better. It should not take Dana Brooke damn near almost a decade. Actually, a decade.
That's fucking tough. That's crazy.
To try to get fucking better. She's been there a decade. And she's not better. She is a veteran in the damn game. In terms of longevity.
Yeah.
And she's not better.
That's sad.
She's a veteran in WWE, but she wrestles like a goddamn rookie.
It's
not good. That's sad. Yeah, that's sad.
And the fact is, even the NXT crowd sometimes can be ruthless, but they did say that nah.
The fans don't like her.
Like I said, that she doesn't connect to the crowd, and why?
And here's the thing. They changed that to her, and she's a goddamn babyface.
Yeah.
That should tell you something. That she is not getting heel heat. She's getting go away heat.
Yeah.
Get off my TV. You can't wrestle. You can't speak on the mic. You have a shit character. Dude. Hell fucking no, Damien.
It's
the best women's wrestler in that division? Hell no.
I'm right now. I can even feel at the top of my head they're the best in that women's division. Rhea.
Bro, the whole fucking company's better than her.
And honestly, too, if you looked at the women's division, yes, I know it's traded like shit, but I mean, you have women that are willing. Look, the crowd may not get any reactions out of it, but they're putting up some decent matches.
Here's the thing, Damien. They tried giving her a push, aligning her with Charlotte. They tried pushing her when she had that face turn against Charlotte. They tried. But she is a lost cause. She can't wrestle. So she is not the best wrestler in the company. She can't talk on the mic. Her character is just flexing half the time.
Yeah. Shit.
You can do whatever you set your mind to.
But man,
Black Donna.
Like it's yeah, it's just
First
tough.
off, it's a cringe gimmick. No, Vince did not kill. No, it's not, Damien. That women's division is not ass. And Vince did not kill her career. Dana killed her career.
I mean, pretty much Vince.
See, that's not even an opinion. That's a piss poor take.
But the reason why I look, the women's, like I said, the women's division, let's be real, I would say it's not as, but if you take out like someone like Rhea, Bianca Belair, and I hate to say the Charlotte too, you really got nothing really much to work with.
But here's the thing. The reason why you got nothing much to work with is because half that roster is not being used right. Sonya Deville can wrestle. Chelsea Green can wrestle. Fucking Io Sky can wrestle.
But they're just...
Hold on, let me finish. Io Sky can wrestle. Freaking Bailey can wrestle. Dakota Kai can wrestle. You got a good, more than a handful of women there that can wrestle. Problem is, they're not getting used right. They're the reason why Vince is the reason why the whole division is not good in terms of booking. Daniel Brooke isn't good because she's not good. Flat out.
Yeah, it's... That being said, I mean...
Like I said, for the most part, it's him with this division. But with Dana Brooke, she's not over because she can't wrestle worth a damn. She can't speak worth a damn. And yes, Vince gave her a shit gimmick. I'll give you that. But when you can't wrestle worth a damn, you can't get over worth a damn because you can't wrestle and you can't speak. You don't deserve to be there.
And the fact that it's but then again, it's bad enough.
No, the fuck, she can't. Even Ronda can wrestle better than her.
You know, as much as we know, Ronda is complete.
And that's not asking much because Ronda can't wrestle either.
It's not really asking much. Like shit.
But she's at least somewhat confident.
Yeah, even though it's, but
she's at least a bit better. But you have Botch City Dana.
I mean, shit. I mean, like it's
Botch is more than fucking Ronda.
I mean, shit. Ever since she went back to when Dana went back to NXT, yeah, NXT fans did not even want her down there. Like that should tell you right then and there.
NXT fans don't want her. Main roster fans don't want her, except for Damien, obviously.
But you know, it's really time to really cut. Like I say, like Tyler said, cut your losses at this point. She's just a lost cause.
She's a lost cause.
I mean, right now this company would be better off without her, and she'd probably be better elsewhere if she will just start from square one, learning the basics.
If you want to do this whole do whatever your mind says you can do, and all this other shit, become a motivational speaker.
Exactly.
At this point, but let me finish this right. But for people like Damien, for people like anybody else who has the same mindset that Dana Brooke can wrestle and that she's just been booked poorly, you're wrong. You were totally fucking wrong. I don't care if it's an opinion, you're wrong. You're wrong. Because if facts are shown itself. Look at 2017 Raw. Look at NXT. Look at her 2013 run in NXT. She can't wrestle worth a damn. Oh, cool. She can do a fucking cartwheel. She can do a backflip. That's not wrestling. That's just you being able to do a backflip and a cartwheel.
Mm-hmm. I mean, shit, if you think about it, like, it's bad enough that you have someone like a Tiffany Stratton who came up with a gymnast background, started from square one, and actually is a better wrestler than that Dana Brooke can never be.
Tiffany Stratton's better.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's like coming from an athletic gymnast background, and yet as well as willing to put in the work. And let's be real, she's turned out a really, really nice women's world champion down in NXT.
And here's the thing: you got to be willing to put in the fucking work. And I'm not gonna knock Dana Brooke. She is trying to put. She is trying to do her best. I'm not gonna knock her for that.
But it's just
your best isn't good enough if you're just not improving. If you're not improving, your best is not good enough.
And yeah, you're really just. Oh yeah, trust me. And Natalia is no slouch either. It's no slouch either when it comes to criticism. Well, I will not hesitate to shit on her when the chance I get.
Honestly, Liv, I get your point about Liv. I mean, Liv, I tried liking her. I tried. I really tried because I thought she was okay in the ring. Personally, I thought she was okay.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Once she became champion, it was just like it got to her head. She got too big for her britches, and she started botching.
And I also,
Natty is also a fucking lost cause. Holy shit!
That we all can agree on. Oh my god,
Natalia. Oh no, she's going to release paper her ass too,
or just retire at this point because
just retire.
Then again, though, that's gonna be a hard thing to do because even wrestlers are athletes.
And that whole cringe yelling that she does, yeah, like the fuck.
And that's the thing. And going back to your point on Liv too, where I actually see the problem with her, like she didn't stay in NXT she didn't stay in NXT long to actually.
She was there 26. She was there 2016. That's it.
Yeah, and that's where the problem lies. She was rushed up way too goddamn soon.
It was rushed, yeah.
And that's another. And that's why do you think? And this is why
the difference between Liv Morgan and Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke was in NXT for a good 3 years,
and yet couldn't do it.
Here we are. A decade later, she still can't fucking wrestle.
And at least you got to give
Liv Morgan. She was only in NXT for a year. She did improve slightly, but not much to be like, oh, she's a good wrestler.
Like it's kind of hard to get behind her nowadays.
She's a good character. She can talk on the mic, but her in-ring ability is just not there yet. But you do see signs of improvement with her. Dana Brooke, no improvement, no signs, nothing.
It's yeah. And that's another but even though it's kind of even with Liz promos, it's kind of hard to really buy to what she's selling. That's the kind of the downside of her a little bit is some of the promo work for
some of it has been bad. I will give you that.
But then again, that kind of ties back to
I think the storylines they were giving her too.
It was
they were giving her a storyline where she was basically lesbian against Lana.
Oh God, I don't want to get that. Oh God, why did you have to bring that up?
In that soap opera ass feud between freaking Rusev and Bobby Lashley because Bobby Lashley stole a girl
and all this shit. It's like,
and then Lana comes in with a soap opera plot twist. Oh, I have a crush on you, Lana. What the what?
Like, where the hell did that come from?
Where the hell? You pulled out of your ass? What the hell?
It's like, why?
Who wrote this shit? They pulled out of their ass? Like, did they write this on the spot?
If you wanted to pull that off the right way, at least you could have had someone to actually to do them. That like
you could have done Sonya Deville. She was already, but then again, they were going the baby face route.
Right, that just really.
And Sonya is the natural heel. I don't know if she would work as a face.
Yeah,
and it is, and I think Liv Morgan did come out one time as bi. I think she is
bi. I think she is.
So,
I think she's come out as.
So I think it did kind of work, but the storyline was just shit.
Yeah, you could have done that
storyline. Because that whole segment, it felt like a shitty, cheesy ass soap opera. And you add to the cheese. I'm like, why?
Hey, shit. Why do you think sometimes I have hardly ever done NXT cheesy segments? That's fucking why. Look, the wrestling is not bad down in NXT, but for the love of God, get rid of the damn cheesy ass segments for Christ's sake.
Bro, there was one segment. I like the prison one where they just flat out like it was between fucking what's his name?
Was it Tony?
Tony
Stacks.
D and Tony D and Stacks. And the first thing they did was fucking trash Kim Kardashian. That's how she got famous.
Because like whoever had that on the restaurant bingo card, like restaurants trashing
I
Kim
was
K,
like, holy shit.
they went there.
I'm like, they went there. I'm like, holy shit, they mentioned the fucking the sex tape. Oh god. They went there without. But here's the thing: they didn't really mention the sex tape. It was like subtly dig at. That was the point. It was funny as hell though.
Oh,
But other than that, though, like, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. You had. That I can agree with. Oh, Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Ooh. God damn. Mrs. I don't know how to throw a fake punch. But yeah, like back to NXT. That whole Ilya Dragunov feud with fucking Dijak. And that fucking cheesy ass action movie type segment that they did.
Oh yeah.
Where they're both doing action movie voices, talking like this. I'm so cool when I'm in an action movie. like what the hell was that? I'm like, you have Terminator 2.0 and Ilya Dragunov. Mr. Knockoff fucking Drago from fucking Rocky.
Oh shit, I never paid attention. But yeah,
Drago from Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky 4, I think it was.
But he's the good guy version of Drago from Rocky 4. But they're doing action movie voices. I'm like, what the hell?
Hey, look, for me, I didn't really mind it. For me,
bro, I hated that shit.
Well, for me, Dijak, I mean, for those who have not seen the movie Sin City, that's kind of where I can see, that kind of what gives me the vibes of that. But yeah, that's the one thing it's kind of hard now to watch NXT because, like I said, I mean, if you're talking about another cheesy segment, remember that friggin' stupid ass love triangle with was it Briggs or say Brooke? I think it was Briggs, Kiana James, and Fallon Henley. That stupid ass like high school bullshit that we're running with.
It ended with literally Kiana James turning her back on Briggs, and then Briggs magically back together with his team. I'm like, this is some high school level bullshit.
So that we don't have seen once before.
I looked at Rob. I think I think that was on an episode. I'm like, I was talking to Rob on Facebook Messenger. I was like, did I just see a whole ass high school relationship play out on TV? That's literally how it goes.
I was speechless. It's like, what the fuck?
I'm like, the hell?
I love Briggs and Jensen, but the fact you did it that way is like that's somebody high school cheesy.
No, but I will say this: the best part of the whole story, right, was the 90-10 thing. You go 90, I go 10. You go 90, I go 10. And freaking Briggs trying not to laugh.
For me, that reminds me from that movie Hitch with Will Smith and Kevin James. That was just too fucking funny. That
was literally the reference. You go 90, I go 10.
You don't go the full 100. You oversell.
I go 90, you go 10.
It's like I just started cracking up. It's like, man, jeez. But yeah, it's nowadays it's kind of hard to take.
You don't know how to kiss a girl. Let me show you. I go 90, you go 10. Come on, go 10. I'm going 90.
it's like nowadays it's kind of hard to take NXT kind of seriously with all the cheesy segments that gone on. I mean, the wrestling has been. Look, the wrestling down at NXT, it's good. I will admit that. It's the segments that ruin it for me. If you just like try and limit the cheesy segments and focus on more. And I get it.
And also, I'm going to mention it for Rob. Because he said this for 2 years already. Wendy Chu, that character needs to die.
Thank God I have not seen Wendy Chu when I returned to doing that.
It better be repackaged.
Oh,
Okay,
because man,
That
dude,
character
I
was
fucking want
stupid.
to tear up my fucking hair because of that.
That character was stupid,
Like,
man.
first of all, you get her like wrestling in a onesie with slippers as her boots, carrying out a giant ass pillow with a blanket and the side of
Fucking
thing
iced
of
coffee.
chocolate milk.
Fucking iced coffee.
I was like, what the fuck
Is
is
that chocolate?
this?
Fucking
Think it might
iced
have been-
coffee. A pillow. Like a body pillow.
And
Onesie.
and then you watch her jump on the top rope, like she'll do this off the top rope, like kind of like an elbow drops. Like, what the fuck is this?
And then she also takes the body pillow, lays it on the top rope, and just lays like that on the top of the freaking rope, waiting for her opponent to go down the freaking ramp.
I was like, an eyebrow was like, what is this?
Dude, the first episode of freaking NXT 2.0, yeah, remember that shit?
Oh god.
And they did that character. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. What happened to Wendy Q? Like the badass
Wendy
woman.
Q was so badass. Why'd you change this shit?
Like, I man, I feel bad for the Wendy Q.
And then their perverted ass. You know what they did to Saray?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was
outfit.
terrible. That was awful.
Schoolgirl outfit. What the fuck?
Like, this is PG television. This is not PG-13.
This is PG-13 shit.
Because one wrong angle, like, oh god, you can just really look up her skirt. Basically, on a wrong angle, you could. I was like, thank God, right?
But they did the whole thing where she like freaking transforms into like the warrior outfit, go down the ring. Like, what in the anime bullshit is this?
Well, thank God she got out there on her own free will.
Yeah, she says I ain't resigning because of that shit. I'm like, good. That was stereotypically racist and kind of perverted.
But that being said, I mean, outside of that, I got really nothing else to add.
Let me check wrestling news and see if we have one more to go, because I feel like we sped up a little bit.
What is it really sped up? We pretty much just held it.
Yeah, it was a little bit short, but let me check wrestling news to see if we missed anything. Oh boy.
And Damien too. This is something we can agree on. Like, she's another one that's kind of getting screwed in the women's division. Is Xia Li?
Oh, she got screwed.
A phenomenal talent with a badass game.
As of 5 hours ago, Rob, former WWE star returning to the company as part of the SmackDown brand.
Who?
I'm pulling it up right now. I knew we were missing something. All right, here we go. Why is my internet running slow? What the fuck?
I got it.
No, I got it. PW Insider. Carlito is returning to SmackDown. Carlito.
That brings back some fucking memories,
bro. The last time he was on SmackDown, he had somebody stab John Cena in the kidney.
Yeah, I remember he had these like talking points because we had like all the like the hammock set up in the ring.
Oh yeah, Carlito's corner.
Yeah,
I remember that shit.
If he brings that back, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna mark the fuck out.
Bro, bring back Carlito's corner, please, and also bring back the apple and spit him in the face. I know it's post-COVID. I know it's post-COVID. Hold on, I know it's post-COVID. It's a bad idea, but do it anyway. Bring back the apple spitting thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, shit. Talk about the best crowd reaction I've ever seen a return in WWE, especially on.
He got a fucking monster pop at Backlash.
Even on that,
and knowing the fact that he is signed with the company as a full-time competitor again,
dude, he looks phenomenal.
Yo, bro, dude, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. He is part of the SmackDown brand as of 5 hours ago. He's back,
dude.
Yeah, and honestly, Damien, that capital fuck yeah that you just said, that's what I'm thinking, bro. Fuck yeah!
I mean,
and also, he's joining LWO, which is a great faction. I love the knockoff version. I love it.
I mean, look, he got Santos Escobar because let's be real, that's going to be another star in the making. You got
you got Selena Vega. You got the rest of Phantasma, Legato.
yeah.
You got Ray,
But
Legend.
Carlito, though, I will admit, the dude looks fucking phenomenal after all these years.
Jacked. He is.
He's more jacked than he was in the 2006.
Bro, he is more jacked in 2010.
Oh shit! But dude, the dude's been
Bro, jacked as fuck. But let's read the comment here. They need to bring back Primo. Yo, bring back Epico too for while we're at it.
hey, why not?
Primo and Epico, bro. Remember that
Even
team?
though it's a tag team, they were not that bad. Actually, I really enjoyed them
They
wrestle
were-
as a tag.
They got misused so much.
And like
Oh, that pained me when Primo and Epico got freaking jobbed out half the time.
oh yeah, and then we got repackaged as part of the what was that fucking bullfighters bullshit that they had to go through.
Why would you do that,
Even though El Torito was funny as hell out of the three,
bro? You know what the best part of the whole freaking El Torito thing? We LC.
that
Was the funniest shit I've ever seen on.
Yeah, I forgot about
We
that.
LC. Tiny ladders, tiny announce table, tiny tables.
Or whoever's with the I think one episode. Actually, when you want to go back farther, remember they actually had other like little people impersonate, like Michael Cole, was it Taz and the King at that one episode? I think it was on the SmackDown or Raw. I think it might have been.
And it was Raw. It was Raw.
That was just too funny too.
Oh no, it was SmackDown because Edge freaking was trying to mimic, the Hardys and Dudleys at the same time. It was like 1999, I think that happened.
I think so.
But they also had a fucking dude in 2004 or 2005. They had a freaking little division on SmackDown. It was nothing but freaking like, dude, what? No, they called it, dude. They called it the junior division.
I was like, damn.
I'm like, dude. And then that got scrapped after a few months. I'm like, you people don't even know fun.
Oh,
God
that's
damn
so
it.
fun. But
You people
yeah,
don't even know fun.
but yeah. That being said, with Carlito coming back, so that's gonna pretty much just conclude episode number 45 of the It's Trinity podcast. But man, shit,
Bro, we ended off with a fucking banger, bro. I knew something was missing.
I know we were missing something, but we don't know exactly what.
There was. Carlito's back as of 5 hours ago. He's going to be on SmackDown.
And speaking of SmackDown, we will be back at it again on Friday night with our buddy Earl, as well for the Friday night SmackDown.
And also,
okay,
also 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon, another episode of Real Talk.
Absolutely.
This time we'll be talking about. Let's talk about graduation.
Yeah, which is crazy. But that being said, like I said, we got a lot of some stuff planned the next few days. But outside of that, this is Robert.
Hold on. Comment. Carlito versus Waller.
Oh yes, please,
bro. Yes.
Sorry, take my money.
Make that shit a triple threat. Make it a triple threat. Waller versus Carlito versus The Miz. Whoever wins gets their TV show.
Get the talk segment. Yeah, oh man, that'd be great. That'd be funny though. Like I said, we'll be back at it again on Friday, not just for the SmackDown watch party, but also like I said, our Real Talk and all that good stuff. And Saturday, this coming Saturday, you'll see me back at it again for more WNBA content as well. Yeah, because obviously, next week actually, for the most anticipated matchup of the WNBA is us, and then hosting the New York Liberty next Thursday night.
You know for a fact that ain't gonna be no blowout like the last 5 games have been.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, we got a lot of stuff planned. In September when football season comes around, you're gonna see a lot of Eagles content. Got the Return of the Pigskin recap, the NFL Talk podcast. But like I said, we got to have a lot of stuff coming up as well, and hopefully for college football as well, which is gonna be interesting to see. But
All right. One more comment here.
Oh shit! I forgot about KO. The KO show.
Oh, the KO show. You're right. You're right. Fatal 4-way. Fatal 4-way, bro.
Oh shit! Take my money that for that too. But yeah, but that being said,
No. Add a fifth competitor. And I know he's an older dude. Wait, he ain't even alive. Shit. Never mind. I was gonna say add Roddy Piper. I'm like, shit. He ain't
yeah, I mean, he died about 5 or 6 years ago.
Damn it, forgot.
It's just fucking crazy how much time has since then.
Yeah.
But that being said, this is Robert and Tyler from the Philly Sports Talk Podcast, and we are out.
Peace.